Hello, the game has started and it's my opponent to go first. I'll say hello to him. Now I have a pretty balanced rack. I have modest plus E. I have D motes as a 7. Opponent opens with a bingo. Now demoters is available. What about I have stormed as a 4-timer, but what about the R combining with these 7 to form an 8, giving me a 4-timer? Is that too much to ask? Croziers and demotes, I think, because I can't see the 4-timer. Actually, demotes and croziers would probably score about the same as a 4-timer, roughly. Okay, I've drawn the J, but the rest of the rack not particularly bingo-y. Jugal. Juga. Opponent scores well with the Y. Yoni. Yugo is good. I've got nothing for go. Well, I got a G, I suppose. Elg. No. Dural is not reaching doubles. What to do? Yeah. Could play Juga here. Jugal. 32. Twice. Don't think I have a 7 here. I do have Taj. Cat. I have the cat component of a word, but that doesn't help. Opponent bingos and takes a decisive lead. Katia. Citrate. That'll be a 4-timer for 36. The W and V together, not ideal. I have the over prefix. So over... too clunky there, I find. Verily, okay. Opponent slowing down just a little bit, which is a welcome sight. Now, gent and TE words. That's 28. That's can I play anything longer? What about ED words? No, not seeing anything. Or ER words? No, let's forget that spot because the rack leaf wasn't ideal anyway. Woved. 33. Yeah, I think I'll go with this. Oh, woved. What am I thinking of? Not woved. Maybe I'm thinking of. I mean, Yao. Yao's 30. Terrible rack leaf. What about something through the A? Citrated and vowed. That's quite nice. 43. Okay, this looks pretty good. Now this rack with the E looks like it should form a bingo. Or am I too optimistic? Okay, opponent doesn't utilize the triple word squares here on the left. Short. Tarnished through an I and an E. That's no good to me. Handster, no. Hard nets. Thread. What am I missing here? Just can't see it. Handrest. I've heard of an armrest, but not a handrest. Threadens. No. Okay, what about dash? That's 42. I'm pretty sure I'm missing a bingo, but anyway. I'll draw the Z, but not a vowel to go next to the U. What a shame. And a U would be great for yachts as well. Can't play the Z there. VoIP, okay. I've got front, which leaves two eyes on the rack. Front would score well, and it would give me another shot at drawing an A or a U for a nice Z play. Do I go with front? Can't play on to the J. Yeah, I think front scores quite well. Yeah, I'll go with that. 38. Wow, that's a nice looking rack. Whizzier. Is whizzy a word? Whiz. Wow, it's a shame I never drew an A there, but Habu takes an S, I think. Wow, I can't even play down there. I mean, Iwi's the best I can do. Unless I'm missing a Z play here that I can't see. Opponent's still in the lead. Neem, okay, he took my spot. So, do I just go with Zig and hope for a better... Oh, what about I-Z-E ending words? I've got to keep an eye on my time. Can't see Whizzier anywhere. I think Zig is not a bad option considering the rack leave. That's 33. Wedgier. Wedgier doesn't currently play. Oh, it does actually. It plays quite nicely here. For 76, I draw the Q, which is a welcome sight with the U. Oh, I don't have cat. That would be a beautiful... No, there's one T to come. I can't play on to the J. And this top left quadrant doesn't support Q plays. Unfortunately, Suk is good. S-U-K. I mean S-U-Q. Ami, I don't think takes an S. Almost sure it doesn't. What do I play? Fob somewhere and hope for a better Q spot afterwards? That's a 33-point play. Quap. Swedgia, I don't think. No. Opponent could be close to a bingo. There are some bingo-y tiles. Oh no. Keytool. Don't have a Q play. And opponent's taken the lead. I think fob. And then just some good Q play afterwards. Yeah, I think fob. The F and the B just don't help the Q much. Okay, that's alright. Now I've got aqua next to the K, or I have I don't have great cue options on the left here. Qua or aqua for slightly more, but opponent's looking to go out in 2, in which case he might win. Now, he's gonna bingo. He's gonna bingo. If I play aqua here, can he bingo? I'm surprised he didn't try to outrun me. Aquas for 62. Does opponent have a bingo through this E? He might do. D lanes doesn't fit. D lanes and he's got IZE ending words. No, he doesn't. But a bingo might not even win it for him. It would have to be a high scoring one. Lindanes through an N. What about, that would be fancy, through E and L. But what about a parallel plane next to wedge here? Wow. But D lanes needs to have an E in there, yeah. So I've got 2 minutes left. I've got P and pan. Any better spot for the P? I think this will do. P and pan for 16. And that's the end of the game. 494 to me, 425 to opponent. Thank him for the game. Let's see what we missed. Wow, if a bingo came down at the end there, it would have been very close. D lanes needs to have the E as a 8. So, I go back to the beginning, and opponent opens with Crozier making the blank a Z, which makes sense because you want to provide as few floaters as possible and ones which are not traditionally found in a lot of bingos. So Z was probably a good move. Then demotes for 79 was best, but Modester was the other one. And that seems fine. Opponent close to a bingo apart from the Y. He goes with Yoni. And then Jugal was best from this rack for 32. Interage for 80 comes down by opponent. And then this rack, I went for the 4-timer, but Hewitt scored pretty well too. I initially think I looked at Tew, and then I saw the 4-timer and I thought, let me snap that up. How much was the 4-timer? Was 36 points, but the rack leave, so even though that's 34, AC is a fair bit better than W. That's why this play yielded almost 37 equity and Citrate just 31. The rack leaf brought it right down. Okay, that's fine. Bigly, Vaily, Verily seems okay for opponent there. Now, no bingo. Vowed was best for 43. So happy with that. Habu for 39. Opponent gets the top score there. That was a nice parallel play. Now Hudge. I didn't even contemplate the old Hudge four-letter there for 45 with a decent rack leave, especially considering the A and the E and the O were floating, which combine well with these four. Hudge was a substantial miss, because it would have scored really well and left a decent rack leave. So a little bit of a miss there, but at least I didn't miss a bingo. I took quite a while on that move. Now VoIP for 27 comes down for opponent. That looks best. Now Fritz. Where was that? Oh, of course, getting the F and the Z tripled. 45 with a perfect rack leave. Yeah, that was a miss again. And it would have taken out this O, this hotspot at least, or heavily frustrated it. That was a miss, I'd say, Fritz, but font wasn't bad as a second best. Front, I should say, front. Neem for 33. Opponent gets the best one there. Oop, I've jumped ahead. And then Zip Wire for 139 points. Wow, that is a miss of monumental proportions. I wasn't really familiar with Zip Wire, but look at that score, getting the Z doubled and the whole word tripled on a triple word. Well, I won't forget that for a while. Zip Wire. I did get the next best score, I guess. Zig for 33 with a good strong rack leave. But look at that score. That would have sealed it there and then, I'd say. Oxo for 35 comes down. That's best. And then Wedgier for 76 or Reweigh. The OH hook and Weyer, but Wedgier the best on offer. Now opponent gets the top score for 27 Kittle, and that's a nice front hook for Dash. Fob for 33 was best, even though Bufos was also on offer for 50, but PQ could get you into a spot of bother if you don't draw the necessary tiles, because opponent could potentially block both these eye spots, and then could be swallowing the Q potentially. And that's often how people lose a game, by not getting rid of the Q when they can, or not leaving themselves with flexibility to get rid of the Q on the next move. So interesting. It shows you how big a difference in the score, but still analyzers saying that Fob was a better move, and that's reflected in the equity score. So that comes down. Now opponent is about 40 behind. He's got 1 and 2 point tiles, so he's not going to score a huge amount, but 35 on offer. Non-bingo Dane at C3, D-A-I-N-E. That would it would draw him within 10 points. So 35 is 407, just 5 points behind. And if he's playing Dane, LS, he picks up one of these tiles. It's not going to be a Q because I've got it. That's an interesting one. He's got, let's say he picks up an A, LAS. Can he score enough with LAS? Probably not, because I did have some decent Q plays. So I think perhaps the game was lost for him at this stage already. He goes for a last-ditch attempt at a column O bingo. and aquas for 62 was best. So that comes down, and opponent did spot the top scoring play on his last rack, and then pan for 16, but there was an extra, of course, pin going down there. No, not there. G30. Oh yeah, it is pin, but because the N gets doubled twice. So that seems fine. Missed 1 point at the end, and that was the end of the game. So an interesting one. Zip wire was the one that I should have spotted, and that was a pretty good game, I thought. Hope you enjoyed watching that game, and I will see you next time.